Okay, this is lesson 14. It's a rather simple piece of gemara, small piece of gemara. Start from the Tashma, and we'll go till this Tashma right here, till the Havizichu Yosef. The only thing that you have to know from beforehand is the machlekes between Rav Nachman and Rav Yehuda if a person's allowed to take the law into his own hands. Rav Nachman says that a person is allowed to. He doesn't have to go to Bezdin if he knows that he's right. And Rav Yehuda holds that a person does have to go to Bezdin even if he's right. And of course, Rav Yehuda would agree if there would be a loss by him going to Bezdin. Okay, so Tashma, come in here. Hamemale, if someone fills up Chatzar Chaver, his friend's courtyard, Kade Yayin v'Kade Shemen, with pitchers of wine or pitchers of oil, and the person can't get out. So Bala Chatzar, the owner of the courtyard, Meshaber v'Yoytze. Meshaber means to break. Can break his way out. Sorry, break his way out. Meshaber v'Nichnas, and break his way and enter. Nichnas is to enter. So this seems to be a question on Rav Yehuda, who holds that a person is not allowed to take the law into his own hands. So this, let's put over here that it's a question, and it's a question on Rav Yehuda, because Rav Yehuda holds a person is not allowed to take the law into his own hands, and here it seems that he's allowed to take the law into his own hands, especially the Mefarshim explain on his way back in. Now, Meshaber v'Yoytze, he's stuck inside. Let's assume that would be a loss for him to stay inside no matter what. I mean, he's got either work to do or even to get to Bezdin. He's got to get to Bezdin. So how does he get out? So he would have to break his way out if it was impossible. So the best proof would be from Meshaber v'Nichnas that even on his way back in, and he's not on his way to Bezdin, he could still break his way back in. That would be a simple way of learning the Gemara. There is another way of learning the Gemara that he really didn't have to break it. Maybe he could have piled it up, and then we would have piled it up into higher piles and then work his way out, which that would probably take a big effort. And Tosfos says that he doesn't have to do that, but maybe the fact that he doesn't have to do that is a proof that he's allowed to take the law into his own hands. And he's even allowed to break his way out. Whatever the case is, whether the proof is from on his way out or his way back in, he's allowed to take the law into his own hands. And that's a question on Rav Yehuda. So Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak gives an answer. By the way, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak is a later Amayra, as opposed to Rav Nachman that we've been talking about, who argues with Rav Yehuda. His name, I believe, is Rav Nachman ben Yaakov. And although I believe there's a discussion, Rashi Tosfos, what his father's name is, what the famous Rav Nachman, what his father's name is, but it's definitely not Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak is a later Amayra. Okay, and so Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak answers up the question on Rav Yehuda that Meshaber v'Yoytze leBezdin, going out, he's going out to Bezdin. And therefore, he's not taking the law into his own hand. He's going to Bezdin. Now, he's got to get out. He's got to get to Bezdin. That everyone would agree. Maybe that's considered a loss. But Meshaber v'Nichnas, which we had our main question from, that's L'Havizichu Yosef. He's got to get back in, and he's got to get his documents. Maybe the person is claiming, hey, the reason why I put it there is because that's my courtyard. Prove it to me that it's not mine. Well, he has to go get his documents that say that it belongs to him. Now, of course, you can ask a question, why can't he use the same open pathway, broken pathway that he did on his way out? That's a valid question. But for whatever the case is, we'll have to wait. Maybe we'll do the Tosfos. But whatever the case is, what it means that Meshaber v'Nichnas, that he's allowed to break his way back in, that's because he needs to get his documents in for Bezdin, and it's not because he's actually taking the law into his own hands. And that would be an answer to Rav Yehuda. Now again, we said that we paskin like Rav Nachman, so this answer would just be a dechia, and it won't be a full-fledged answer. And I believe that